Hello, welcome to Library Connection. I'm Mandy Cantrell, Youth Services Director at the B.B. Comer Memorial Library here in Sylacauga. Before I get started, I want to thank TV47, Robert, Chris, and all the group that helps us put on our program. I'm excited about this program because it relates directly to something we're doing at the library right now. We're doing a fundraiser for the Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill, Friends of the Sylacauga Animal Shelter. And joining me today are two ladies that work with this group. LeeAngela Garate and Sonya Chandler. I knew I would stumble over that.
It's okay.
Anyway, thank you, ladies, for coming in on this very cold day today, but we're glad you're here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, great. Tell us about yourselves. I know, LeeAngela, you're not from here, but you're close by. But yeah, just tell us about yourselves, and then we'll get more into the Feral Dogs of Avondale.
So I'm LeeAngela Garate, and I live in Wilsonville, just right up the road. However, I've become involved with Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill and Friends of Sylacauga Animal Shelter probably initially about 3 years ago, but the last year I have become the Community Animal Outreach Volunteer for Sylacauga.
Great, great. We're going to get more into that in just a minute. And Sonya?
Yes, and my name is Sonya Chandler. I am a native to the Sylacauga-Childersburg area. I've been involved with rescue. My husband and I got involved, probably like most people, a little accidentally, by finding animals. We lived in an area where animals were just regularly dropped off, and so my husband and I started vetting the dogs and finding homes for them, and then when Feral Dogs came to be, Feral Dogs came to be because a group of us were each kind of doing our own thing, and so we formalized in 2017 as a 501c3 charitable organization, and we have, over the course of the almost 5 years we've been incorporated, we have branched out and now have somewhere in the neighborhood of about 70 volunteers. So
goodness.
It's a growing organization because there's lots of needs in the community, and people are really jumping in and embracing the help they can give.
That's great. Lots of needs and lots of people who love pets, love animals, yes. Well, what is Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill? Well, one of y'all want to take that?
I'm going to let Sonya take it.
Yeah, either one.
Oh, goodness. Well, we are an all-volunteer organization. There, again, we probably have about 70 volunteers. We work with the Sylacauga Animal Shelter as a help to the Sylacauga Animal Shelter. We ourselves are not a physical location. We don't have a building, but we have a network of volunteers, fosters, donors, transporters, who, again, when animals are brought into Sylacauga Animal Shelter, they may have extraordinary needs that the shelter can't cover, because most people may understand that the Sylacauga shelter is funded by the city.
Yes.
The city takes care of all the needs financially. That only covers so much. Only so much medication, only so much food, only so much. So the shelter then, when they're, again, extraordinary needs, heartworm positive dogs, dogs that have been injured by a vehicle, whatever the issue may be, where they need a vet run, our volunteers will step in. We'll take those dogs to the vet for care. We also work with the shelter in transporting and networking with rescues to get animals placed into homes, because just statistically there are just not enough homes to adopt all of the cats and dogs that are coming into the shelter that need a home. So, and through all of that is actually how we met LeeAngela. She was a vet tech at one of our vets.
Partner veterinarian.
Yes.
Goodness.
And that's how we first met.
It is.
And
that's how I met the group, was through assisting the veterinarian, and just really was impressed by the organization. I mean, they're caring and they make it happen, no matter what, for the health and well-being of the animals. So, yeah.
That's a lot of time, a lot of travel, a lot of gas, a lot of expenses, I know.
it is.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I know you mentioned, LeeAngela, it's a really neat story how Feral Dogs of Avondale came to be.
It is. As a matter of fact, the history of the city is quite unique. So they had the mill, and when the mill closed down, our founder of Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill, Carolyn Morris, would be driving to work, and she saw all of these abandoned dogs and puppies, and I believe cats and kittens, and so she just started, through her own effort, picking them up and that's how it grew. That's how it became the Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill, and then the Friends of Sylacauga Animal Shelter.
And I know because you've got lots of dogs and cats there, then you have lots of puppies and you have lots of kittens after years of all this, and so many.
I don't know the number. Do you know the number of how many she has actually rescued out of the mill area?
From that mill area, within the first year, I think it was somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 dogs, just from the mill area.
Yes.
And again, that's how we started establishing connections and relationships with these rescues to be able to help us with those immense number of animals out there. And that is now our primary focus, is to help the community spay and neuter. We want to educate about the importance of doing so, and that's also why we have these sales. We try to have those about 3 times a year to help the community.
Explain kind of what's involved with that.
Yes, ma'am.
The vouchers.
One thing that we learned very quickly is a large number of people wanted to have their animals spayed and neutered, but the obstacle was, or the challenge was, finances.
Right.
It's not a cheap endeavor.
No, it's not.
However, it is a lot cheaper than having a litter of puppies and kittens to feed and litter and such and such. So we started the program, joined with Alabama Spay and Neuter Clinic in Irondale. We are able to purchase vouchers for them. Then we do a series of fundraisers, and we have donors who give regularly, and then we have these major fundraisers that allows us to subsidize the cost of those vouchers to $25. So for $25, which is typically less than a bag of dog food or a bucket of litter and a couple of bags of cat food, you can have your animals spayed and neutered. And it goes even so much more farther than just not having puppies, for the convenience or the inconvenience thereof, however you want to phrase that.
The health of the animal.
Exactly,
Yes. Oh,
exactly.
yes,
It's a prevention thing. So your cancers and you know, also the other thing is typically your pet, and I'm not going to say 100%, but they're less inclined to roam, to get into fights, things like that, including your cats.
Yes.
So it is, and we did have a slight increase in the voucher. I think it's a $5 increase, but
everything has gone up, so that's not a surprise. Everything is more expensive.
Right. So, but it's one of those that we've all joked and said that it's our Christmas. So you can tell we get really excited over our spay and neuter certificate sale, and those are held typically at PetSense in Sylacauga, and it's a lot of fun. They're in the mornings, and we sell them until we run out.
Oh, that's great.
And we typically run out.
I bet you do.
We do.
Go ahead.
That was the need is there and the desire is there, and we are more than happy to help with that, and super excited to do so. Now, we do have the $25 voucher sale.
Okay.
If you happen to miss the voucher sale, we keep as many as we can in stock for the quote regular price, which is still a great discount. And we will have those, you'll see it on Facebook. If you follow us on Facebook, we'll have those prices listed. We're hopeful to still keep the vouchers at $25 on that special sale day.
Yes.
But even outside of that special sale day, the most expensive voucher we'll have is $60 to fix your female dog. Okay. Then it'll be $45, I believe. Let's where are the glasses? $45, yes. We get to be that age.
Don't we? I hear you.
Yes, we do.
But it'll be $45 for a female cat or a male dog, and $30 for a male cat. Now that's going to be our regular prices if you happen to miss the voucher sale. Okay. So, but yes,
and rabies are required.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good.
But you can get rabies should you not have your rabies certificate. You can get rabies when you go to get your cat or dog spayed.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow,
or neutered.
that's great. That's great. We're going to pause for a commercial break, and we'll be right back and talk some more with LeeAngela and Sonya.
Since 1848, First Bank of Alabama has been dedicated to our customers and excellence in all areas. With constant improvements to our facilities, to adding new products and services to better serve you, our team is fully engaged in all the communities we serve. First Bank of Alabama knows that time is money, so we offer hometown services with advanced technology that allows you to bank on your own schedule. We want to be your community bank, so stop by. Come see us at First Bank of Alabama, where you're always first.
Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our knowledgeable pharmacists are always available for questions about your medications or advice on taking over-the-counter products and supplements. Our friendly staff can assist you in choosing from our full lines of compression hose and medical equipment. And don't forget our gift department. We have a great selection of unique gifts for every occasion. Stop by and see us today. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
Coosa Valley Medical Center, one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama, is also Sylacauga's largest employer. Services from the emergency room to surgery to cancer treatment to post-stroke care. You won't believe what's right in your backyard. It's Coosa Valley Medical Center in Sylacauga. So, if you're sick in Alabama, choose one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama. That is Coosa Valley Medical Center.
Welcome back to Library Connection. I'm talking with LeeAngela Garate and Sonya Chandler with Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill and Friends of Sylacauga Animal Shelter. I want to get right back to you two ladies, but I also want to talk about something we're doing at the library right now. We have we still have a snowman tree upstairs. I think you can keep a snowman tree up in January. That's what we decided. It's not a Christmas tree.
You can today.
Yes, for sure, today. And for $1, you can buy a little dog or a cat construction paper ornament to put on our tree. And we've had kids put their pets' names or their name, and I put pets that I've had, pets that that I've had in the past, and that was a fun way to honor them. But all the money goes to Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill and Friends of Sylacauga Animal Shelter. So we don't ever raise a lot of money, but I know y'all are grateful every year.
Every
they're
little
just
bit helps.
very
So
grateful
thank
for
you.
that. Wow. Well, now during the break, we were talking about fostering and explain that, because there may be some people that maybe can't have a dog full time or a cat, or maybe they do. They just want. I know I've had some parents that come upstairs with their children to get books that have fostered cats because their daughter loves cats, and what a way to learn how to take care of them. So just explain what fosters are.
Yes.
I'll start. How's that? So one thing I would like to say regarding dogs and cats is I call it the universal language. So it is the one thing that can bring people together, and you can start a conversation no matter where you stand in life.
That's true.
So fostering, we have a real need for fosters right now. And fostering is where you bring an animal, dog, cat, puppy, kitten, into your home, and you provide the shelter. So we would provide everything else. What you are providing is the shelter and the time, which really that's huge, the time. Now, we don't ask for our fosters to be, you don't have to stay at home, life happens.
Right.
What we want to do is simulate for the animal what it's like once they get adopted. What that does is it increases their opportunities, if you will, to get adopted, because now we can talk about, are they good with dogs? Are they good with kids? Are they house trained? I mean, all sorts of things like that.
From a family that's had them in their home for a few weeks.
Yes.
That's
yes.
great.
Yes.
How can somebody become a foster?
Well, they can call the shelter directly. They can reach out to us at Feral Dogs through our website or through Facebook, either way. Of course, a lot of us have our phone numbers floating around the community, so they can give us a text too.
There is a way. It's very easy. I have gone to your website. I've been on your Facebook page. It's very easy to find.
And the website address is www.friendsofsas.org.
Okay.
We'll say that again.
yes, we'll say that again. Yes. And I know you said there's a place to put in your name if you'd like to
You would just go to the volunteer tab and scroll down, and then it's going to prompt you for your name, your email address, and then you can also leave a little message. You hit send, and then that goes directly to our founder, Carolyn Morse.
Yes.
Great.
Yes, and in the foster program, and LeeAngela alluded to this, or you said this flat out.
Sure.
It It can cost them absolutely nothing. We will provide everything. We provide the food if it's needed. Now, if someone has the means and they want to buy food and donate that, of course that helps.
We'll gladly help.
Yes, but we can provide puppy pads, litter boxes.
Crates.
Yes.
Okay.
Playpens.
Toys, blankets.
But you know, even if you don't, because I do hear a lot, and I am one that I ended up adopting one of my fosters, and everybody says foster fail. Well, it's not foster fail. It's they get a home.
It's a home found. It's a win.
That's the goal. But if you're not interested in fostering, or maybe you want to just get a little bit more information, we do have fosters that will help you. We will foster alongside you. You know, if you have questions, if it gets too much, anything like that, we're here to help. But we can also just regular volunteers that don't want to foster. We're open to that as well.
And we have fosters who will have a heart for different aspects of fostering. We have some fosters who only foster puppies. We have fosters who only foster cats. We have some who only will foster the bottle babies who their parents maybe have passed away. And of course, mother's milk is best. And if we don't have a currently nursing mother, then they will bottle feed. And that takes a special kind of person.
Yes, it does.
And I'll also add that not everybody is available to foster, and we understand that and we appreciate that. But our volunteers, we love our volunteers because some people are not in a position to foster for various reasons, but we have needs for transport help. We, you know, we'll get a call from the shelter. We've had a dog brought in who needs to be to the vet now. By the time animal control even brings the dog in, we can have sometimes a foster out there before animal control to take the dog on to the vet, because we are networking with each other in our chat threads, and so it's an incredible network. So we have volunteers who feed some of these still feral colonies. We have some sweet volunteers who are working very diligently with our TNR, which is the Trap, Neuter, Release program, because some animals they're never going to become adoptable. They've been on their own too long. They can't be adopted. So what they do at that point is they trap the animal. We have it neutered or spayed. Even if it's the one set of vaccines that animal only gets in its life, then it's released back into its environment. They live out their natural lives, but they're not reproducing.
In better health,
too.
Not
better for the community.
Not more puppies and more kittens.
That's wonderful. And of course, our financial donors. We've had some people say, "Well, I can't give very much." Please know, whatever you give, it is a blessing, because 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 adds up. So we are grateful for even the smallest amounts, because we cannot do what we do without the community support. Without the community support, we could not exist. So it takes everyone doing whatever is laid on their heart to do.
Right, and we all have special gifts and abilities, so everybody, and means to help. And I know you transport dogs a lot of times out of state, and I used to wonder why do they have to go out of state? Maybe, I mean, I can understand in our area there are not enough people to adopt all of these dogs, but how do you send them out of state, and why out of state?
This is such a fun process. Now let's preface this very quickly by saying, I read a statistic just within the past couple of days that on average, every day there are 10,000 human babies born. Which that's a lot. You compare that with every day there are 70,000 cats and dogs born.
Goodness.
So it easy math.
Too many.
Pets way outnumber. We can't rescue our way out, and even if every household in the Sylacauga and surrounding area ran to the shelter, you know, I don't know that we could empty the shelter. They're just going to be there. So
it takes a combination approach.
Yes.
I mean, it really does. So transport is one side of what it is that we do.
Yes.
It is an important part of what we do, because we are able to transport out in larger volumes in one day.
Yes.
So just on January 1st, we had a long resident. His name was Rooster. And he was able to, he and another dog, Kane, were able to catch a ride, and they went to Wisconsin.
Oh.
And it was so fabulous to see because the rescue there does a live video when they arrive.
Oh.
So,
That was
but
fun.
it is.
That was fun.
It's probably, if I had to say anything about transport, it is everyone working together for the common goal, and that is for the second chance for the animal, because that is what we do. So it's about also relationship building and sending the appropriate animals to them.
And don't you have a network all over the country or certain areas?
Yes, ma'am, we do. And this kind of wraps up some of what we were talking about earlier, or includes some of what we talked about earlier, is when we have foster homes available, and they can foster those dogs and get to know their personalities. Different rescues in different areas of the country kind of know their market and know what their community looks for. We've got some that are a little more breed specific, like pointer breeds or fluffy breeds or smaller breeds or
even
hunting
cats.
dogs. Yes.
We've even had where cats go on transport.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
always interesting.
It's fun. You know, that is the one thing I will say about this entire experience. It's fun. I mean, you make great friends and you do have a good time. Are there sad stories? Absolutely. But I think that the happy ones far outweigh the sad ones.
I'm sure they do.
And we've had some incredible outcomes with some of our pets. We've had pets go up there and become more or less therapy dogs. We've had a dog that we know for a fact was adopted into the Hamptons, now lives in the Hamptons.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Many of us might like to be adopted. That's wonderful, though.
It
that
really
you
is.
Can place with a network of people all over the place. That's great.
And so we get the dogs ready for transport, and again, that's where our volunteers come into play, because for this process to take place, so much needs to happen. The dogs have to be personality tested, like LeeAngela was mentioning. You know, how are they with kids, cats, other dogs? What are their quirks? So, we need to know how they are. We have to have photographs taken. It takes volunteers going out to the shelter to take those photographs, and we have a need for that. Then we have to get the dogs to our local vet for health checks and for their rabies vaccines and for a health certificate. A health certificate is a legal documentation. The vet signed off, says this dog is healthy and can cross the state lines, because other states have, some states have some really, really strict requirements.
Some states have, strict rules on what can go into their state when they're coming in. So we get a health certificate which talks to the health of the animal and includes their rabies. So.
There is a lot going on behind
There's
the
a
scenes.
lot, yes. And then somebody has to get up at 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning to meet the transport. And yes, it's been fun. We've had some puppies get on planes. Here is a really, really cool thing, and I think you've mentioned that you saw some of these pilots. Some people have these little hobby planes. I know nothing about planes. So I don't know what they are. But anyway, these fun little hobby planes. And because we are a 501c3, and because a lot of these planes will work with a specific organization, Pilots and Paws, I believe is the name of it.
Yes, I've heard of that.
They can actually, now I'm not a tax attorney, so you need to check
this
this
out,
out. Yes, but it is my understanding they get a tax write-off, so they get to fly and have fun in their planes,
Do what they love,
and help these animals that they love too. So it's a fun process, and like LeeAngela said, to see those happy endings, those happy stories,
They are great.
yes,
Great.
yes.
Well, I tell you what, we'll pause for another commercial break, and we'll come right back and look at some of the slides you sent me, the pictures.
Okay.
Great.
Since 1848, First Bank of Alabama has been dedicated to our customers and excellence in all areas. With constant improvements to our facilities, to adding new products and services to better serve you, our team is fully engaged in all the communities we serve. First Bank of Alabama knows that time is money, so we offer hometown services with advanced technology that allows you to bank on your own schedule. We want to be your community bank, so stop by. Come see us at First Bank of Alabama, where you're always first.
Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our knowledgeable pharmacists are always available for questions about your medications or advice on taking over-the-counter products and supplements. Our friendly staff can assist you in choosing from our full lines of compression hose and medical equipment. And don't forget our gift department. We have a great selection of unique gifts for every occasion. Stop by and see us today. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
Coosa Valley Medical Center, one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama, is also Sylacauga's largest employer. Services from the emergency room to surgery to cancer treatment to post-stroke care. You won't believe what's right in your backyard. It's Coosa Valley Medical Center in Sylacauga. So, if you're sick in Alabama, choose one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama. That is Coosa Valley Medical Center.
Welcome back to Library Connection. I'm talking with LeeAngela and Sonya about Feral Dogs of Avondale and Friends of Sylacauga Animal Shelter. We've got a lot to say. We're going to get going. Let's look at the slides that you sent us. Tell us about this.
Okay, so this is Fred, and he is an amputee, and he is my foster fantastic, so he got adopted. That's him on his way from the clinic.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Is that Fred? Is he an amputee?
Yes, that's Hook, and he's a puppy that got adopted at an adoption event that we had. And that is the for the community outreach, animal outreach. That's our little picture to show that we're here to help. And there's a cat that's been in our care. And I believe that one is River. And River went on transport,
Oh, good.
I believe.
Good.
And these are some kittens that we actually helped a resident here in Sylacauga, a community member.
Yes.
And so we were able to help those kittens and the mama kitten.
Yes.
Or mom cat.
Wonderful.
And
Yes.
that's the last litter program, right?
Yes. Let's
Yes.
talk about that. Then we'll get back to the pictures.
Yes. Our last litter program, if we could get anything out to the community, and that kind of falls in line with our spay and neuter program, but we understand that some people may not have heard of the last litter program, so we want to share that. That is, you've got a female dog that you love very much. You've intended to get her spayed, or you've not had the time availability. She has presented you with a litter of puppies that you don't know what to do with. We can, if you are willing to work with us, we will provide everything that's needed. We will provide full vaccinations for the puppies. We'll provide, again, food, puppy pads, kennels, whatever
Cats
you need.
too.
Well, with the
Right?
last litter program, it is just
it
for
just
puppies.
dogs?
Yes,
Okay.
just for puppies.
Okay, never mind.
Yes. Well, and the reason for that is cat rescues honestly are very rare. They're very rare. But if you have a cat that has had a litter of kittens, please reach out to us. We will work with you. Work with us, we will work with you as much as we can. I think I just touched my mic. But anyway, last litter program, we take care of all of your needs. In return, for $25, you get a spay voucher for your female, for the mama dog. You retain your pet. But in the meantime, you are loving those puppies. They are staying with mama. They're getting the good mama's milk.
Yes.
They're being taken care of. And then at the end of their time with mama, once they've weaned, we can get them into a rescue. So it's all inclusive. It's the easiest way. You don't have to worry about finding homes for them. We take care of that.
Great. Well, we are out of time, but go to the website.
Yes,
It's www.
friendsofsas.org.
Great. So thank you, ladies, so much for being
Thank you
here.
for having us.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Happy
thank
New
you,
Year.
thank you for joining us on Library Connection.